Millionaires yet, unfortunately.
Actually, I feel like that should be the title of it. Bitcoin has not made us millionaires.
All right.
Waiting on it.
What's up, guys? Welcome to our first podcast in at least a year or so. So let's dive right into it. How's Bitcoin doing for you, Brandon? We're already talking about
Fucking
it.
start over. I don't want that shit. People are gonna think I'm obsessed with Bitcoin.
You are obsessed with Bitcoin.
I just check it every 5 seconds. Okay? It's not that big a deal.
I'll tell you right now, my Bitcoin is not doing good. We're at like $220 and we started at $300.
Ooh.
And like last week it was at like $350. So now it's dropped like a whole like 33%, but it's that XRP one that's just not doing
It's a crazy emotional roller coaster, isn't it?
I know. I just gotta not check it.
For like 10 years.
That's what I thought the other day. I was like, should I check it? All right, I'll check it. And then I was checking. I was like, I shouldn't check this because if it's bad, I'm gonna be depressed. And
That
it was
sucks.
bad.
And
So
it
I,
was
like,
bad.
It was bad. It was like $220 or something.
How many different companies do the Bitcoin kind of currency in the stocks?
There's like thousands
Like
of different...
thousands of them?
Yeah, they all do different sort of things.
Like what do they do?
That's a great question for Tanner. What is Bitcoin?
Dude, I don't know anything about Bitcoin. All I know is you told me to invest into it, and I did.
I told you to invest, and if you can manage to somehow not look for like 5 years, you're gonna be happy, I feel like.
Yeah. I think so too, because I really do believe that eventually we're going to move into that for money, but for the time being, I think it's just going to be a roller coaster. I probably should not look at it.
Delete the app.
I should probably just delete the app and just
Well,
not look
if
at it.
Bitcoin does become like the huge currency, there's going to be no more cash because it's all going to be online.
That's how it should be, though. We should just walk up.
Should it,
like,
though?
First of all,
It's so easy to hack a credit card, though.
Well,
Cash,
we're
you
kinda,
can't, like...
We're kind of already doing that, if you think about it. Most of the stuff we do is just online.
That's true. Okay.
It's just a different word for it, kind of.
yeah, I think in the future, we're just going to only have our cell phone, because that's all you really need. Like, you don't need your wallet, you don't need your credit cards, you don't need your ID. Like, you just have a phone and a fingerprint, and that's what it should be.
It's going to be so easy to hack into other people's shit now.
But you can't really fake a fingerprint, right? Like, I guess you probably
I mean,
can.
you definitely can pretty easily. Like, get like one of those little plastic sheets and like put a little powder and then you press it against like whatever is scanned on. It'll like lift a fingerprint, no problem.
That seems way harder
Some
to
of the
do.
top stories of the day.
Okay,
Pretty
top
funny,
stories
pretty
of the
funny
day.
titles. Like the second and third one.
Zcash experiences for its friendly fork Ycash. I don't know what that is. Okay,
This
but
one.
U.S. authorities seize $19 million worth of bitcoins in dark web drug probe.
Sounds pretty
That
intense.
sounds like a good way to start. All right, so let's introduce our guests. To my left, we have Brandon Davis. Brandon's a pro rollerblader, and he's in the Cirque Du Soleil Beatles Love Show at the Mirage in Las Vegas. And this is my girlfriend, Lily Orion. She loves cats, and I like to say that she's a weed scientist. And she's also a fine arts major. So, Brandon, how did you get into Cirque Du Soleil? That's a good story.
That's a triumphant story.
I think it's
is it
a
not?
very long story. Lots of bugging and messaging and offers that ended up getting taken away, and like
It's a tough road for some, like action sports in general is a tough road nowadays.
I want to hear this.
You
I haven't
gotta-
heard it.
It's not a very exciting
I
story.
want to hear it.
Well, I don't know.
How long? Okay, so from day one, what do you think was the first day that you applied to Cirque Du Soleil?
Oh God, it was a long time ago. Probably at least 10 years ago. I had my first private audition at Woodward.
Damn, 10 years ago?
Yeah,
So it only took 10 years to get into Cirque du Soleil.
only 10 years.
Only.
Casual 10 years.
Yeah.
So since then, that audition, how many auditions have you done?
For Cirque, maybe I did one more after that, and then I did the one with you in San Diego.
So 2 more.
So 2 more. I mean, it would have been a lot easier on it, like there's not that many jobs for rollerblading, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Your experience is the same with scootering. If we
Yeah,
were
they
both,
don't have any jobs for scootering.
Yeah, if we were both amazing trampolinists, we would have been in
Yeah,
7
trampoline.
years, 10 years ago.
Yeah, they actually have like exactly your skill though. They have vert ramps in a show, so it's like a rollerblading vert act. That's exactly
Pretty
you,
ideal.
and eventually you got into
Some
it.
crazy vert too.
Oh, yeah.
I
That's
can't
scary.
even imagine how scary that is.
It's comically scary.
Yeah, so for the viewers who haven't seen this show, so in the Beatles Love Show, there's a rollerblading act about halfway through the show, and there's 3 10-foot ramps that are, what, 6 feet wide?
Yeah, maybe
They're tiny.
like 5 even. They're one
So
panel.
maybe 5 feet wide, just probably a little bit wider than this table. They're, what, 10 feet tall?
I think 11.
11 feet tall,
Wow.
and they go straight to vert, so it's a completely vertical ramp, and you got, what, 5 people on there? 4 people?
4 people, yeah.
4 people going back and forth, barely missing each other, jumping over this 10-foot spine or 11-foot spine that goes completely to vertical. Honestly, it's completely insane that they would even consider putting that kind of act into a show.
I'm surprised no one's gotten like really, really, really hurt that way.
They have. Kinda, yeah.
I'm not going
It's,
Yeah, where's the one?
You know why
Hopefully
no one
you don't
ever,
get hurt.
You know why no one ever falls in the act?
Huh.
Because they know there's a chance they're not getting back up if they do. It's pretty gnarly.
That's
You gotta
actually-
dark
like-
humor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
fairly true, right?
When the consequences are death,
Yeah.
you don't fuck up.
Do not swerve.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah, it took me maybe at least 2 months to be kind of comfortable.
Yeah, you were training for a while before
The
they put you
first
in the
2
show.
months was
It's
pretty
scary.
intense, and I've been skating a long time. You know,
Yeah.
as much as you've been scootering it, like you get there and you're just like.
It's not the ideal setup for sure.
Well, I think the reason they did it is just because of the stage limitations and the size. Like when they bring the spine up from the top and they lower the ramps,
Mhm.
they can only have so much space to do it.
Yeah,
You know
that's
how it
true.
goes with show ramps.
Yeah, ramps do take up quite a bit of space. It's a hard sell to find somewhere where that has like at least 100 feet of distance to put ramps in.
You want to hit that ramp?
I would totally do it.
You hit that spine?
I
wanna
would
see
not
that.
like to hit it, but I would hit it.
I think you could like foot plan it, but
Oh,
totally
for sure
clearing
I
it.
could foot plan it.
The totally clearing is a
I
different
think I could-
story.
Clear it like I would do like a low jump over it or something.
Yeah.
I definitely would not like to do it, but
Oh, that
I know I got
feels
foot plants
terrifying.
and maybe like a hand plant over it or something.
Yeah. I wish they would let more people on it because I want to see everybody's first reactions to that ramp.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's like you got to go through initiation of fear for like a month before you.
so how many
I think-
contracts did you have to sign saying that they're not liable for death or injury?
Just one.
Just one?
Yeah. They take care of you though if you do get injured.
Oh, well.
We got the PMed staff there, Performance Medical. They'll take care of you.
You got masseuses on, like just on call, right? They're just like
Yeah, you can sign up for them. I actually haven't even got one yet. I need to get on that.
free massages.
I know.
do that every day.
What?
I feel like
I
that's
don't
what
know.
everyone says. They never get them, but it's there. Do they have a chiropractor too?
I don't think so. No, just the massages. But they got a lot of cool stuff like the massage chair. I know we have one here as well, but that's a nice plus. And they got like these heating pad sort of things, where
I
it's
love
like
heating pads.
it's like boiling water. They dip these pads in, and then you bring it out and wrap it, and then you lay on it. It's really nice. All the fun toys.
That sounds pretty good for that's like the ideal scenario if you're gonna be like killing yourself doing like crazy fitness stuff every day, especially on like deadly ramps. I feel like you definitely need to have some kind of like PMed stuff there on call,
Yeah,
along
for
with
sure.
the nice insurance benefits. Do you get insurance benefits being on call?
I did not, but I just signed a temp, which I do.
So you do now.
I do now, yeah.
Congrats.
Congrats on
Party.
insurance.
Get to go to the dentist now.
Hey, you need it.
You get braces. Can you imagine Brandon gets braces?
I had braces.
Your teeth are pretty straight.
I didn't wear the retainer though, so they moved a little bit.
Me too.
Full disclosure, guys.
Me too. As soon as I got them off, they didn't give me one for the bottom, so my teeth just shifted back to exactly how they were, and it was like a complete waste of time. They gave me one for the top, which I recently just stepped on and broke it after like 10 years, but...
Never had braces.
Yeah, look at you. You're blessed with perfect teeth.
So blessed.
Both my parents had fucked up teeth too, like really gnarly teeth. My dad still has his gap, and he had braces 3 times in his life.
What?
So, yeah, no, very lucky.
Yeah, I feel like braces are a temporary solution because they typically just go back.
You need to wear your retainer, that's why.
You can get the permanent retainer. That's
if you don't wear your retainer every day, which is like an impossible thing to do, like no one's gonna wear the retainer every day.
Some people do though.
Some people.
You wouldn't know, Lily. Okay.
I wouldn't. I'm lying.
I would wear my retainer for like 3 days in a row, once every like 2 years.
Mm.
Like I'd find like, oh, I should probably. Yeah, I would find it like, oh, I should probably wear this, and I put it, and it doesn't fit at all. So I have to sit there and like push my teeth together for a while, so it just finally fits on.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
One more thing to add to the stage ramp as well. It's the combination of being, well, you only get like 30 minutes a week to practice on it as well. So other than that, it's pretty much your 2 to 5 minutes in the show per day.
Whoa.
So you have to learn. That's why it takes so long to learn. So you get 15 to 30 minutes a week at first to do it. But also, it's like the most intense cardio you've ever done too. It's like doing a full-out contest run every night, twice a night.
Yeah,
so
I can see that.
It's doing the scary shit while at the same time, like, your legs have nothing.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing.
You're like, please work.
At the first moment, just one more air. You can do this, legs.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than the feeling of my legs are dead, but I still have to do this last trick.
And if
that's extremely dangerous.
Yeah, it's gonna be
and if
bad.
I fall, I'm gonna hit my face or something.
Yeah.
We were talking about earlier, like how sometimes you'll get a neck injury, and he was like, when I got one, like he had to do backflips and stuff and not look behind him when he lands and stuff.
Well,
and I was
when you land backwards, you gotta look over your shoulder.
that's
and just,
terrifying.
When was this?
Not in the show.
Was this? Are
But
you talking about the all wheels one?
Yeah, like happens like once every summer with all wheels for sure. You hurt your neck and you can't look over your shoulder. Fun stuff.
Yeah, that was actually like a couple weeks before the first off-axis show. Like I booked it, and then like I hired Brandon for it, and then like the next day he lands straight on his head. He's like, I don't think I can do it. I was like, just do it. I don't care what you do in the show. Just survive until it's good.
Just come with me to Ohio. That wasn't actually the time I was even thinking of. I was thinking of another time I hurt my neck, but I forgot about that one. Yeah, that was terrifying.
When did you guys do the show in Ohio?
That was September and October of 2017.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the first, other than Nickelodeon, that was like the first off-axis show.
What was it for?
It's for a Halloween gig. It was at
The land.
Oh yeah, Land of Illusion. It was in like Cincinnati area. But yeah, we had a 2-man trampo act.
Nice.
I told him it was gonna be 10 minutes long, and it ended up being like 4.5 minutes long. No one said anything. There was like a 10-minute pre-show of just music and stuff projecting on the wall.
That was the original off-axis
Yeah.
first show, huh?
First show, other than the
That's
Nickelodeon
exciting.
thing. Yeah.
2 years later.
Yeah, so Lily, how do you like Vegas so far?
I love it.
It's like quite a contrast going from Portland, Oregon, where everything is green and cold and rainy, to the desert where everything is brown and yellow and hot and dry.
No, that's honestly the biggest thing is like not looking around and seeing evergreen trees everywhere, just like surrounding your view.
There's like palm trees and
There's
like
palm trees. I love that though.
and like pine bushes and stuff.
And rosemary. A lot of rosemary.
A lot of rosemary. And
No.
lots of rocks. Everyone has rocks for their front yard instead of grass.
Because everything dies out here.
Even if you water it, it still dies.
Yeah.
I almost feel like they gave us this house as it was like a joke. They gave us with nice green grass, and then we get here, and then it just dies right off the bat.
Well, if you look at the Zillow pictures on Zillow, the grass is dead in those pictures. So
Is it?
yeah,
Huh? Of this house?
you have this house.
Yeah.
I know.
I remember it being like perfectly
I don't
green.
think it was like putting the tramp wall on it for months or the teeter board that couldn't have done it.
That couldn't have done it. No.
Definitely wasn't the tramp
Hopefully
wall.
they don't watch this.
So.
No, but it honestly is so nice. I feel like I'm becoming a little bit of like a lizard. I'm soaking up the heat.
Lizard. Your like lips get all dry and like when I'm walking around and it's like 105 degrees, I'm like, I need to be in a pool. Like no matter how much water you drink, it doesn't get to your skin fast enough, or it's just the time that it just absorbs from your skin from the sun.
But the thing in Oregon is that it's so rainy and cold, so like the moment you're walking outside and it's like, oh, it's overcast today, it's not going to rain, it's totally fine, you're walking, you get drenched on, like just randomly, and then you have to walk home and it's rainy and wet, and what are you going to do there? You're just cold for the rest of the night, no matter what you do. I'd sit in the shower for hours trying to get warm, and it just wouldn't happen.
Yeah, would you rather be cold or hot?
Hot.
I think hot because you can at least just take your clothes off, and then it's like, I don't know, you can't put on enough clothes. Plus, like, being cold, like, your joints hurt, and, like, everything just feels weird.
I just become inactive. I'm like, I see it raining outside, I'm like, I could stay in bed watching Netflix all day. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
You see the sun is shining outside, you're like, fuck, I gotta go do something.
Yeah, here at least at nighttime, it's always, like, good temperature, even though right now it's
like 100 at night still here.
Yeah, it's the middle of July.
It was 94 last night.
It's 94 at night, and it's about 105 to 110 in the daytime.
It was 113 last week. It's going to be 111 tomorrow.
111.
It's pretty intense.
That's really intense.
We need a pool.
I was just going to say that. We need a pool.
Yeah, we do need a pool. That'd be sweet. Or we could just get one of those temporary pools and just...
If we're going to spend $500 on a fucking pool, I'm sorry. We can move.
Those look like trashy to me for some reason, too.
They do. Kinda, yeah. But we have that backyard over there.
I know we have so much room for it, though, yeah.
Temporary pool. Maybe that's what we should do. So, Lily, let's talk about some marijuana stuff, since you're a weed scientist.
Oh, yeah?
To me, you're a weed scientist. So
I'm not even a weed scientist. That's the crazy thing. I meet some people and they just blow my mind with the knowledge that they have in regards to like the molecular structure of like certain trichomes and terpenes and everything like that. That blows my mind.
Yeah, so first, I'm sure a lot of people, they're now seeing CBD all over the place. What's the difference between CBD and THC?
Simple. It's like CBD is going to be the non-psychoactive component that has a lot of medical effects. So basically the anti-inflammation, antidepressant, anti-anxiety, a bunch of other ones. But THC is going to be the psychoactive component that actually gives you that high. And actually what a lot of people are scared of.
So mostly all plants are going to have a little bit of CBD and a little bit of THC, right?
That's the funny thing about what's been going on with genetic breeding and stuff. So many people have been like trying to breed their plants to have more THC, make them like 36%, 37%, ridiculous numbers. And other people are more focused on making CBD plants. So it's really kind of just the genetic combination you get. I've seen a lot of plants come out with really high THC, but barely than 1% CBD, which they've just been trying to grow THC plants.
Yeah, I feel like there's so many products on the shelf now that have CBD. It's just like I feel like it's becoming this big trend.
It is.
I think it's honestly eventually going to die off.
The new keto diet.
Well, yeah, it is the new keto diet, actually.
The funny thing about CBD, too, is that CBD can be harvested from basically anything. Everything has...
Any kind of plant, right?
Anything. Like evergreen... I saw this thing that somebody was selling tinctures that was CBD that was harvested off of evergreen trees. So, it's in everything. It's basically like, you have to really look at where you're getting the CBD from. Like, if you're getting it from craft cannabis farms that are producing CBD... it's going to have all the medical effects that you want, basically. A lot of the other ones, they don't, even though they're CBD, they're not going to have the same effects.
See.
Yeah. And a lot of, like, hemp versus craft cannabis. Hemp is legally just considered a cannabis plant that has less than 0.03% THC. So it could be a THC plant that you just harvested earlier. And that is technically hemp in the eyes of the law.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
The eyes of the law.
The eyes of the law.
That'd be a good band name.
The eyes of the law.
That actually is a really good band name.
Right, that's
All right.
It's a metal band, I know it.
Should we move on to some politics? How do you guys
I feel like this is going to
how do you
last
guys
a little too
feel
long.
about the election
long.
coming up?
I have more hope than our last election.
Do you know anything
I
about
don't
the
have
election
too
coming
much
up?
commentary on this subject. I know you were talking to someone very important over social media.
Yeah, presidential candidate Andrew Yang hit me up to be a social media influencer for him,
Oh yeah.
which that's kind of cool. I don't know if I really want to put like a presidential candidate all over my social media though. It's kind of like it's probably not the greatest thing to do. You know, that's gonna split my audience in half. The people are gonna hate me. The people that are like Trump supporters, and the other people are gonna love me.
Yeah.
Well, I just don't understand how anybody's mad at the idea of getting $1,000 a month.
Yeah, so
Is that what he offered you that or what?
No,
No.
that's
So Andrew Yang's like his whole thing.
Oh, the whole
is
thing. Yeah.
Freedom
robots are pretty
dividend.
much gonna take over, and
The Bitcoin.
eventually there's going to be not enough jobs for people to work because there's going to be so much AI that's going to take out most of the jobs. Like we're going to have self-driving cars and like self-serving waiters and stuff soon at the like you can just order on your phone nowadays and then like you should show up at a restaurant.
Have you guys been up to the Tipsy Bartender either?
No, what's that?
It's
I feel like I've
a
seen
bar,
that, though,
and
yeah.
they've had multiple locations, and it's literally a robot pouring your drink. You put it into a computer, and it'll mix your drink right in front of you, and it's this huge mechanic robot
Whoa.
arm. Yeah, no, it's crazy,
Hey.
and they have no people working there, really.
Damn.
At Planet Hollywood, I think they have one.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Down on the strip.
And like they don't even need someone to check their ID. Just scan your ID, I bet.
Yeah.
There's no way you can fake your ID at that point, I feel like.
So it's way more efficient. They're probably making so much money off of that.
Yeah,
Not
so
paying
bartender's
somebody.
going to be without a job soon. So that's why Andrew Yang's offering $1,000 a month to cover like most of the bills for people who are struggling and are going to be without a job soon.
And a lot of people are saying that like he says $1,000 isn't enough for you to survive on realistically in our
It's not.
economy.
So people are going to still have to work, but it's going to kind of take like the weight off of their shoulders. I think it's a really good idea.
Doesn't really sound ideal either way to me.
Why?
Because I think people should have to work still. That's like
Well, I
What-
mean,
that's how the
could
world
you
goes
survive on
around.
$1,000 a month?
no, you're still gonna
Realistically.
have to. But
You're gonna have
like,
to.
I think the bigger issue is the whole AI takeover thing. But what are we gonna do about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really slow it down. You can't really like people are going to push back and say like we don't want AI, but eventually
Well,
everyone's got an iPhone that they're glued to and they're always
it's
gonna
kind of
look
the
at
reason
it.
why Trump won. It's because all the truck drivers were just super upset that their jobs were gone, and they were blaming the wrong people. They were
Yeah.
like, immigrants took our jobs, and it's like, no, technology took your job.
That's very true. The immigrants were already here, but technology wasn't here for that election, or it became a big thing during that election.
Over the last 4 years, yeah.
Especially over the last 4 years, it just gained super crazy.
I keep on handing people these little notepads at work to sign, and they think they're electronic, and I'm like, no, you have to open this book and then just sign it on a piece of paper. People always automatically assume it's like a technology thing.
Yeah.
We're getting to that point that everyone's like automatically assumes everything's technology.
I think eventually it's going to be fingerprints. Fingerprints are going to
That's how I sign into work.
Fingerprint, yeah.
I put my fingerprint on this pad and put in a number, and it literally signs me in automatically.
Like, it's going to be pretty
It's coming.
old school
It's
that
coming.
people are going to be carrying cards around. It's kind of ridiculous that we're carrying cards anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because most places you can just tap your phone and it just
Well,
charges you.
have you heard what the goal is for that too?
What is
Or
it?
I'll hear your opinion on that. Like the chips in the wrist and stuff.
Hmm.
What do you think
What's
of that?
that movie?
That's
In
terrifying.
Time or something like that. It's that movie where they literally have time written on their arm,
Oh,
and it's
yeah, I know
slowing
what
down,
you're
and that's
talking
like
about, yeah.
how much
That's the
money you
currency,
have
yeah.
because your
That's
life
pretty
is that
cool.
long. I bet something like that shit's gonna happen.
I forget what
you
that-
have as much money as you're given.
Well, yeah, exactly. So like, your time of life, so how long you're gonna live,
That's
is gonna
what
be how
people
many
trade.
years, and that's your money currency. So if you become broke, you're gonna die because your time runs out. And it's kind of
That's
and
such
like
a great movie idea.
is.
That's probably gonna
that
happen though.
is a crazy movie idea.
That's
kind
what
of
they're
scary.
That's what they're talking about. I've read a bunch of articles on it, like just the route we're going, like a universal sort of currency, and then you have to have the chips, and then they can kind of regulate you if you're cut you off, sort of thing.
Yeah, if you're like
If you're
a
not an
criminal
ideal
or something.
citizen,
that's crazy though.
it's just all a control
Like-
system thing.
Reminds me of Black Mirror, honestly. Have you guys seen that?
I haven't seen that
Yeah.
yet.
Black Mirror, they have this one thing or one episode where they have like a profile on your phone, and you rate people. So you rate your daily exchanges between somebody. You have a conversation with somebody, you walk away, and it's like, how is your like conversation with this person? You can rate them 1 through 5 stars. And so like whatever rating you have is your social status in life. So people who are on 4.8, 4.9, they're seen as like the highly
Yeah.
elite, and people who have bad like conversations with people or people vote them down. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it controlled how this girl got into her apartment complex, how she like could get a flight, everything like that.
Yeah, you can only get on a flight if you're a certain rating and stuff. Like you gotta be like 4 stars or something.
To travel, that's insane.
That is crazy. And then like once you get like, if you get like a low rating, like this girl got mad, and then for getting mad, she got another low rating, and then just kept spiraling. And
Well, they're doing that in China right now. Have you guys heard?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're literally doing a
It's real
social
stuff.
ranking right now. So if you're mean to people, then your ranking goes down. Yeah, you should look that up.
So
Is
Tanner,
that seriously a thing?
No, it's seriously a thing. Look it up.
Tanner, if you say your Bitcoin went to whatever and you made $2 million, but then there was a law instated that you can only spend it if you get the chip in your wrist to spend it, what do you do? I feel like that might be what's happening because they're slowly integrating it, getting everybody to kind of buy a little bit, and then because they can't just switch over to that, they gotta.
You
give
know what
some
they're gonna?
incentive.
They're gonna do watches first. They're gonna do make watch. Because like getting a chip in you is so.
People are doing it already though.
That's crazy to me. I just can't even that's so violating.
So in most countries, the existence of a credit system isn't controversial. Past financial informational is used to predict whether individuals
Well,
will
that's
pay
awesome.
their mortgages or credit card bills. China is taking a whole new concept a few steps further. The Chinese government is building omnipotent
Omnipotent.
social credit system that is meant to rate each citizen's trustworthiness. By 2020, everyone in China will be enrolled in a vast national database that complies fiscal and what did I say?
Complies.
Fiscal and governmental information, including minor traffic violations, and distills into a single number ranking system.
Good job.
Well, my reading skills aren't the greatest, but dude, that's crazy. China is basically becoming Black Mirror.
Yeah, no.
Search for the article, like Bitcoin and chips,
Bitcoin and chips.
like the.
Is that a real thing now?
Yeah.
Is that something I have to worry about?
Yeah.
Bitcoin.
Everything's starting to slowly happen, but
Chips.
nobody realizes it until
Microchips.
it's starting to happen to
try that.
everyone.
I forget exactly what it's called. But yeah, people are doing it.
So you would have to actually get something installed.
Mm-hmm.
Man becomes human Bitcoin wallet with chip implanted in hand. That's crazy. Is that what you're talking about?
Stuff like that, yeah.
I don't know. That's crazy. The world's gonna become a scary place eventually.
If we last that long.
We're probably not gonna last that long.
Yeah. Climate change. What?
That is true.
What?
I mean, Vegas could be the next Huntington Beach, though. You know, we could the ocean could just come up so far that all of a sudden Vegas is like, you know, the Red Rocks are gonna be like the LA mountains. LA is gonna be gone. It's just gonna be mountains, I bet.
I don't think.
All right. Well, it looks like we're gonna wrap this up. Not sure where that video stopped. I need to get a camcorder that doesn't stop all the time. I think it stops after like 20 minutes or so. But thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you haven't, and follow Lily on Instagram at Lilith Orion, right?
Yeah.
And Brandon on Instagram at bdavis1260. And hopefully he'll be doing a 1260 soon.
One day.
One
I
day.
can't change it now.
Gotta
No,
set,
you can't.
Gotta set your goals high.
Not on that spine ramp.
Peace.